So you telling me you've been on Section 8 for 10 years and you ain't saved up no money?
Hey loves, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm on my way to 1,000 subscribers, and I'd love for you to be part of this journey. Now let's get straight into it. Section 8 is getting cut, and free rent is coming to an end. What does this mean for millions of people? Let's talk about it.
So you telling me you've been on Section 8 for 10 years and you ain't saved up no money? You working on Section 8, you getting food stamps on Section 8, you got a side hustle on Section 8, and you ain't saved up no money to get out, but you mad at the government for possibly taking away something that you had enough time to get your shit together and get out, but you got comfortable? All right, you must ain't never grew up in the hood where you had to wash your clothes in the sink and have to wring it out with your sister and brother and hang it up so it can dry, or use sugar on the cornflakes to turn your cornflakes to frosted flakes, or serve sandwiches. But never mind that. The whole point is, if you're living on Section 8, then you know you're not living in no good community. You're not living in no good area. You're living in a bad area, high crime rates, and you sit up there talking about you mad that the government gonna take it when you weren't even trying to get out the situation. You abused the situation, went to work, stacked your money up, went outside, partied, did all that, and then saved no money? And then turned your nose up to the people that was actually have real bills, $1,500, $1,600 rent, while you're renting $100. So again, to the black community, I love my people. I ride for my hood. I'm born and raised in Fifth Ward. I'm a product of my environment, but I want it better. My mama had 4 kids. I'm the oldest, and I was the first one to graduate from college, led by example. No matter where I came from, I never used that as a crutch. But I also knew growing up, that's not the life that we wanted. We settled for. I can't blame my mama. I can't blame my grandma, because, I mean, we could, but everybody they ain't had the same resources that we have. They ain't had the same resources that we have. I'm walking on the street right now while I own rental properties in my hood that I rent out. Don't ask people to sign no lease agreement, no nothing. I just look out for them and, hey, just pay your rent on time. That's it. But I ain't gonna get into that. The whole point is, y'all all in the comments, y'all acting like y'all know something. Blame you. Don't blame me. Don't blame the government. Don't blame nobody for your shortcomings. And oh yeah, by the way, do y'all know white folks get more of the government assistance than blacks? And I haven't seen nobody make that damn post or crying but us. Get y'all shit together. Meet me at the top, man.
Oh my gosh, I feel so bad for people who on Section 8 and on any government assistance. Trump said no more. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Like, I got kicked off of Section 8 2 years ago and just started paying regular rent. It's hard, but what about all these people who can barely pay this stuff? Project 25 calls for cuts for all government assistance programs, including SNAP, Medicaid, Section 8, housing assistance, VA benefits. And what's really breaking my heart, I don't care what nobody got to say, mostly people who are on Section 8 is women with kids. It's about to be so many homeless people now, y'all. And not to mention, my cousin just got a letter from her landlord 2 days ago stating that he's selling his whole apartment complex because it's no more Section 8. You cannot get comfortable with anything that's dealing with government assistance. Like, they can throw you off at any given time.
To the bitch down at the government, how do y'all allow people to be on Section 8 for years, then run out of the funding for the shit? Now y'all got a group of people that y'all have allowed to do the bare minimum all their motherfucking life. You just stop them from getting careers and all kind of bullshit just to qualify for these benefits from the state. Now y'all done ran out of funding for the shit. Where these people gonna go? What these people gonna do? Huh? That's why it should have been for people that was doing something. People who go to work, people who pay the bills, people who is actually getting up, going to do something for themselves. Those are the people that should be getting the help and the benefits. That way, when you lose it, you already know how to continue to get and work for money and know how to live and know how to survive and be able to live with the rest of society and not have to struggle. Now we got a whole big bulk of people that's about to fall.
Hey family, I'm back. I found out something else. I don't know if y'all heard or not, but Trump is getting rid of that Section 8 and EBT for these people that don't want to get out here and go to work. Your time is up, baby. Y'all, I know most people like us really not feeling Trump, but I'm kind of feeling him on what he's saying about this. Now, how many of y'all have family members, friends, people you know that's been living off Section 8 for 20 years? They rent $3. They don't go to work. Not that they can't go to work. They don't want to go to work. Now, let me say this on the sidebar. They do have some people that need Section 8. Some people that, medically, they can't go to work. Or, they just can't physically. I get it. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to these ones that your mama been on Section 8 all her life and she ripping and running and doing this and doing that. And then you seen she was on Section 8, paid $3 rent. So now you as a young girl, because you done got pregnant and you got a baby, you go run out there and get on Section 8 and you ain't working and you having child after child after child and y'all all on Section 8 getting food stamps, $1,000 a month. And no, that's all about to stop. That's who I'm talking to. Okay? Trump said that's enough. So for us people that goes to work, that's working, he said you got to have at least 30 hours. Okay? 30 hours a week to qualify for the program. All right? So most of us that work on a regular basis, 30 hours ain't nothing to us. This is what we do. So guess what? We going to be the ones walking around in the grocery store with the big baskets because we deserve it. All these years, they've been letting people with no job. They walking around with 2-3 baskets full of groceries, and us hard-working people, we got a little handheld basket with 2-3 items in there, because that's all we have left out of our check. And they sitting around getting fat food, eating lobsters and shrimp and crabs and all this other good food, and we can't even eat that. And we the ones going to work. So I'm glad Trump didn't flip the switch, baby. So all y'all that's living it up right now, that's able-bodied to go to work, and you're choosing not to go to work, you better get ready. Because, baby, y'all finna get them notices. And them notices gonna come soon. And like he said, real quick. And those of us that go to work, we ought to be able to go and apply for some food stamps and see what it feel like. To be able to go in the line and slide a card with pride. Because it's not for the ones that don't have nothing. It's for the ones that's working to have something. It's our turn now, y'all. So I'm telling y'all right now, if you able to go to work, you better get out there and start filling out them applications. If you want to have a place to live. It's time to get up and stop being lazy. Because, baby, this is not the American way no more. Trump said no. And y'all can be mad all you want to. I told you, things are changing. You ain't gonna like it, but guess what? You got to go with it. So that's what I got for y'all today. No more Section 8 EBT for people that don't want to go to work. Y'all time is up.
What are people going to do when, this Congress decides to cut housing programs, specifically Section 8? And in this article that I got from governing.com, it points out the states that rely the heaviest on Section 8 housing programs. California, New York, Texas, and Washington, D.C., followed by New York and Massachusetts, are going to be hit the most, I guess, because of how high the cost of living is there. But I also want to add to this conversation, it's not just the people who are renting with Section 8 program. It's also the landlords who rely on Section 8, who have or real estate investors who have invested in, housing communities. They either built it or took it over from somebody, or those who are renting out homes to people with Section 8. It's going to affect you too. Now you may say, well, it's easy for them to switch gears and, target another audience of people who make a certain amount of money and then they get they return. But what you need to understand is, however long that they've been renting to people on Section 8, what's the condition of these places? Because we hear a lot of people talk about how those who rent from Section 8, you get what you pay for. They be looking a mess. So people who are paying top dollar for housing, they're not just going to take anything, or at least you shouldn't. But yeah, this is going to hit a lot of people. And please don't just think it's just those who, they've been relying on the system all their lives. Of course it's going to hit them. But the people who rely on them to be in those situations in order to make their money, it's going to hit you too. So if you haven't pivoted or shifted, you need to make up a plan now, because it could be hitting you.
The White House just proposed a new bill that will cut 43% from the Section 8 and other low-income federal housing programs. And if this passes, around 3.9 million Americans will be affected by this. This new proposal will also have a 2-year cap on every able adult that's able to work. And in my opinion, this is actually needed. This cut amounts to around $27 billion. Under this proposal, the remaining funds will be converted to block grants, and you will be given to states for them to manage those funds and give them to the families they need. If this passes, states with high cost of living and rents like Massachusetts, California, and New York will be the most affected, and probably will have a lot of people that will not be able to afford paying rent. Now, the opinions are very divided on this, like everything else. A lot of experts are warning that this could increase the homelessness population by a lot, especially in states like California and New York. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this new proposal.
I want you to think about the long-term effects of this. If thousands of people are forced out of their homes because they can't afford rent, where do they go? Shelters are already full, the streets are already unsafe, and communities are already stretched thin. We're not just talking about inconvenience, we're talking about an increase in homelessness, crime, stress-related health issues, and a whole generation of kids being destabilized because of housing insecurity. This isn't just a policy change, it's an attack on the poor and vulnerable. And let me be real for a second. A lot of people love to throw around the phrase, "no more free rent," like it's some kind of motivational speech. Like, you need to get up and work. Stop depending on the system. But what they don't understand is that not everyone has the same opportunities. Some people didn't start the race at the same starting line. Some people are working hard every single day and still can't catch a break. Not because they're lazy, but because the system is broken and it was never built for them to win. These are people who have been fighting just to survive. And now they're being told to fight harder, with even less. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all about growth, independence, and leveling up in life. I believe in working hard and building something for yourself. But at the same time, I also believe in community and compassion. You can't just pull the rug from under people and expect them to be okay. If the goal is to get people off Section 8, then there needs to be a real plan. Job opportunities, affordable childcare, mental health support, financial literacy programs, rent control, real solutions, not just cuts and cruelty. If you're someone watching this and you're affected by this change, I want you to know that you are not alone. Speak up, organize, get informed, and don't let anyone shame you for needing help. We all need help at some point in life. If the government won't show up for you, your community must. And for those of us who are in a better position right now, it's time to be allies, reach out, donate, share information, write to your local representatives, use your voice, because when one of us is in trouble, we're all in trouble. This issue may not be affecting you right now, but if things keep going in this direction, it eventually will.